What's up YouTube, it's GhostRider15 here, back at it again with another Edison format video. Today's video is going to be what I think are the top 10 win monsters in Edison format. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Starting the list off at number 10, I have Gladiator Beast Beari. I think this card is very strong for the Gladiator Beast archetype. On summon, it pops a spell or trap. Also, this monster tags out into Gazaris, which lets you pop 2 more cards. It's really strong because it can easily be searched out through Gladiator Beast effect monsters. This card was so strong during its prime that it had to get limited. I think this card is worthy of a top 10 spot for the top 10 win monsters in Edison format. Next up at number 9, I have Gemini Soldier. So once per turn, if it would be destroyed by battle, it's not destroyed, and after damage calculation, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Gemini from your deck. So what you do is you reinforce Truth this monster during your opponent's end phase. That way you can normal summon it during your turn, and it'll have its Gemini effect. And this is a card that lets you spam the field in Geminis. It's what helps you get everything started. It's really strong. I think this card is for sure worthy of this list. Next up, coming in at number 8, I have Vortex Trooper. I think Vortex Trooper is a very, very strong card. It's a card that I'm very familiar with. It's used a lot in Dragon Turbo. It helps you unbrick your hands. You can send back dead cards. And also, it replaces itself when it's destroyed. It doesn't matter if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you still get the effect. It doesn't even matter if it's on the field or in the hand. You can be destroying it in the hand and still draw for it. That's why it's very strong against deck devastation virus. And it's also a Debris Dragon target, so it lets you go into Black Rose or Ancient Fairy. It's a very strong card in Dragon Turbo. Next up at number 7 is going to be Quickdraw Synchron. So I think Quickdraw Synchron is very strong for the fact that it lets you substitute itself for any Synchron tuner. So you can bring out a different amount of unique synchros such as Drill Warrior, Nitro Warrior, Turbo Warrior. They're all really good in their own way, especially Drill Warrior because it keeps recycling itself, it keeps recycling monsters, and you can discard Dandelion, banish itself, bring itself back. It's very, very good. Number 6 on my list goes to Titanial, Princess of Camellias. So this wind monster is a plant monster. It's very good in the quick draw strategy, and it's also very good in the Amarilla strategy. The reason for that being is that it's a plant monster. It's so easy to summon with Lone Fire Blossoms effect. And when this card's on the field, you can tribute any face-up plant, negate the activation of something that targets, and destroy it. So if you have something like Dandelion tokens that you can keep spamming, this card is insane with those cards. You can just tribute the tokens and negate the activation of anything that targets. I think this card is very strong. Alright, so now we're moving on to the top 5 win monsters in the format. These are basically the best win monsters you can play in Edison format. Coming in at number 5 is Debris Dragon. Debris Dragon is very, very powerful because it's a 1-card synchro, and being able to become a Black Rose Dragon and nuke the entire field for just 1 card is broken. It's very strong. It's very good in Quick Draw, in Dragon Turbo, in Trap Dragons. This card is really strong. So next up at number 4 is Miro Drago. If you don't know what Miro Drago does, this card is insane for many different reasons. First of all, it's a 1900 beater, which is really strong for a level 4 monster. Also, it's a floodgate on legs. So basically, this card prevents both you and your opponent from special summoning light or dark. There's many monsters that this card can shut down by itself, such as Judgment Dragon, Dark Arm Dragon, Values Effect, Plague Spitter Zombie, and so many other monsters. This card definitely deserves to be here. Next up at number 3 is Rise of the Storm Monarch. This monster is basically Phoenix Wind Blast on legs. It's very strong. It's a staple in the Monarch deck. And if your opponent is bricking and they summon Rise on them, it's pretty much game over. This card is insane in a situation where your opponent draws really bad. You're just going to set them back a turn. Also, the fact that it doesn't destroy is very good in Edison format because of cards like Stardust Dragon and My Body as a Shield. I think this card is a top 3 win monster in the format. My number 2 pick goes to Elemental Hero Stratos. I think this card is broken for many different reasons. First of all, its effect activates on normal summon or special summon, so it's very versatile. Also, the fact that it's a +1 makes it really strong. It lets you search out for so many different monsters in the format because there's a lot of heroes. Also, it has a secondary effect that lets you pop back row, so it's a very versatile card in terms of effects. And 1800 stats is nothing to laugh at. And this monster is also played in a lot of different decks in the format, all of them being meta-relevant decks such as Hero Beat, Diva Hero, and Hero Frog. I definitely have this one as the second best win monster in Edison format. And the number 1 pick for the best win monster in Edison format goes to Stardust Dragon, in my opinion. So I think Stardust Dragon is the number 1 win monster in Edison format for the fact that it's the only negation card that can be activated during the opponent's turn, and it protects all of your cards, not just your monsters, but also your spells and traps. And the fact that it keeps coming back on the end phase makes it really difficult to deal with. I think this card is the number 1 win monster in Edison format. So there you have it. That's my list of the top 10 win monsters in Edison format, in my opinion. So yeah, let me know if I got this right. Let me know if you think there was something I missed. Maybe the order should have been different. Just let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. This is Ghostwriter 15 signing out.